I don't know why I'm making so many videos, but here we go again. Excuse me. I saw a video that said, yes, indeed, the Trump supporters are the virus deniers, and and yeah, there's a lot of evidence to that. But I think in that reasoning, you're putting the cart before the horse. See, the reason, and it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll try, is that you will see people who are climate deniers or are the, well, right wing. I think they used to call them, what was that name? Tea Partiers, right? That group, the people have the Confederate flags on the back of their trucks, like to do coal burning, stuff like that. Well, these are like red state workers. See, because in politics, for the most part, you follow the party that follows your vested interest. So blue staters, rich or poor, West Coast, East Coast, whatever, right? They will like follow like academia and the related pursuits of academia or big business or not big business, but big business, but big tech, the tech industry, things like that. Things where a degree is more than just a acquirement of knowledge, but a certification of qualification. I mean, you could be qualified, but without that education to say that you're qualified, you won't be admitted. Likewise, you could have the certificate and not be so hot. You had to be hot enough to pass the class, but maybe you just screeched by, right? So, when you get like people who are like virus deniers, and I'm hesitant to say that they are virus deniers, although hearing some of the rhetoric, of course, they're going to be called virus deniers because some of them are. Some of them are climate deniers. Some of them are. But more to the point, they're going to be denying the claims because it's not in their self-interest, in their vested interest. These people are mostly the demographic, not specifically middle America or Texas, but they're the types that do the working jobs. The mechanics, the repairmen, the factory workers, the ones that still employ Americans here, if you know what I mean. And it's like these people, of course, like everyone that's in the working sector, they're devastated. But these people have a serious vested interest because they got mortgages, they've got house payments, they've got all kinds of things that might not impact a blue state person quite as much. So you get to see this dynamic of people protesting not so much that the virus isn't real. Well, some of them do. But that what's being reported isn't real. And that they're just massive overreach. Like it is with climate denial. Like it is with other things. It's the left's self-generated interest that's creating a self-contained monopoly. Just like, we got institutionalized racism, all this trouble in River City bullshit, right? And it's like, well, no, this is hitting really hard and really close. And a lot of people in the economy are like, well, geez, this thing might be totally bad, worse than the flu, if it's not contained. But Christ, if you freaking collapse the freaking education, if you collapse the economy, everything will go down the toilet. Even now they're starting to talk that because people are getting sick at freaking factory workers, like food processing plants and stuff like that. Those shortages that everybody thought was that they keep telling you is just a delay in the industry because of panic buying and stuff. That could become a real shortage and maybe a discontinuance if frigging they don't figure out a way to keep these friggin' factories and farms open. With travel restrictions, farmers can't get to friggin' the crops. To the stores to give you food. And this plays into part of those protests because it's not all just suburban and urban. Sometimes a lot of these people are rural. And with rural, you get a different dynamic of living. There's a different mindset, there's a different ideology. It's the country. And country living is always different. Because urban and suburban are very much the same, almost. But rural, you're talking about farms, you're talking about all kinds of things. Livestock, ag, factories, big industry, things like that. Chemicals, steel, a lot of things that haven't already gone overseas, are jobs overseas. Immigrants in, jobs out, junk market in. Yeah, real good. Of course, you go to buy American and it's freaking like $3 more. Or more. It's like, who the heck is freaking, well, you can't blame the businesses for freaking, charging more because it's too expensive to freaking make things here. And that's ridiculous. And yet, that's the people you see out there in those protests because their whole lives are a labor and supply intensive existence. You don't work, you don't get fed. You can't work, you can't get fed. And then the friggin' tax man comes knocking at your door saying, oh, no, sorry, you may have to friggin' shelter, but you'll have to do it at the shelter because you don't have a home anymore. Because the tax laws are all screwed up. So no, I do not blame anyone out there friggin' protesting the goddamn friggin' quarantine. I just, I do honestly believe, though, that sadly, without it, And every time they tried to open up, the friggin' numbers are spiked. You know, how are we going to survive if everything keeps spiking? You know, okay, everything's fine. It's less than the flu. You open up, you freaking, you know, try to get things back to normal and people back to their jobs. And the menace and the friggin' death toll goes up again. Fuck. But yeah, I understand why they're freaking protesting. Same reason they're always protesting. Bullshit. Leftist bullshit. Except now, it might not be so bullshit, you know? Hard choices, Ed. Hard choices. Really. Just think about that the next time you friggin' go, look at those Trumpies. Oh, they're so stupid. Why don't they know? Maybe they know something you don't. How about that? That's what I thought.